The woman who gave birth for Hitler. The Nazi obsession with pure blood is not news to the people who are aware of this dark chapter of history. The very act of the Holocaust draws on the concept of racial superiority. Yes, to Hitler and the Nazis, the Aryan blood was genetically excellent, whereas Jews were seen like pollutants of the German land. This dogma gave birth to the Nazi program, Lebensborn, intentionally breeding children of pure blood, using parents who are genetically up to the Nazi standard of superiority. This is not a matter of a couple of children. Almost 20,000 perfect Aryans were bred in the Third Reich. In this video, we are introducing you to one of the mothers whose powerful story made it to the famous book of Giles Milton. Fascinating footnotes from history. Hildegard Trutz, the girl who in today's terms can be called a die-hard fangirl of Hitler and the Nazi mission. You can imagine her enthusiasm by the fact that she was the most prominent participant of the Nazi organization, Bunddeutscher Model. The edge she had over other girls was her blonde hair and blue eyes. Why does that matter, you ask? Because it's the epitome of a purely Aryan woman. This made her a perfect candidate for the Lebensborn program, and after she cleared all the authenticity tests and no traces of Jew were found on her bloodline, she was let into the program with 14 other girls, with a stay in an old yet luxurious castle in Bavaria. Trutz cherished the luxury and remarked that the food was best as it gets. After they cozied up to the environment, the real deal began. They were introduced with SS officers, all tall with blonde hair and blue eyes too, with whom they could interact for over a week. After a week of watching movies, playing games, and participating in castle events, they were to pick a partner for procreation that they could give a pure child to the Führer. The officer who impregnated Trutz visited her for 3 nights. After conception of the child, she was shifted to a special care home for 9 months. When the mother finally gave birth, she was not allowed to fondle with the offspring for longer than 2 weeks of breastfeeding. The mother could have no connection with the child whatsoever. Says who? Says the contract that Trutz signed before she formally joined Lebensborn. Bound by the program's restrictions, Trutz gave up the child she bore and moved to another home. She was never to see her child or the father again. Matter of fact, it was not her child. She was just a mechanical means of giving the supreme Nazi leader in the motherland of Germany what they needed: a pure Aryan child. Trutz never got to hear about the child, and although she cared to render lifelong services to the program, she fell in love with a young officer whom she later married. But for her, giving birth for Hitler remained the highlight of her life forever. If you like the story, like and subscribe our channel for many more interesting episodes.